take faith, for example. Paul said his goal as an apostle was the obedience of faith among all the peoples for the sake of the name, which is, of course, true and right and good to preach on. And I'm arguing that the essence of faith, and I just think this is really crucial for us in America and everywhere else to get because of how much nominalism there is in the name of faith. You come from churches, you know what I'm talking about. People who say they believe, and it doesn't make a whit of difference in their emotions. They love television. They love money, they love sex, they love power, they love fun, and they come to church and use faith talk. What's wrong? It isn't faith. Well, what isn't it if they say they have it? I am the bread of life. He who comes to me will never hunger, and he who believes in me will never thirst. So what does believe mean? It means coming to Jesus to have your soul hunger satisfied. And if you're satisfied in everything but Him and He's a duty, you don't have faith. That's why our churches are so weak. So yeah, I think the chief end of man is to glorify God and enjoy Him is a more penetrating, ultimate, deep, powerful answer than the chief end of man is to glorify God and trust Him forever. Because all I'm doing is saying, at the heart of trust is being satisfied in all that God is for you in Jesus. Or obedience. There are hundreds of commands to obey in the Bible. Love is the most prominent one. Love the Lord your God, love your neighbors yourself. Love your neighbors yourself. What's that like? If you are not in your horizontal acts of obedience expanding your enjoyment of God by longing to include others in it, you're not loving and you're not obeying. It doesn't work to say, obey the commands, obey God. That's why you were made. It's just true. God didn't create you to be disobedient. But the Pharisees thought they were obeying the 618 commands. What was missing? They didn't love Him. They didn't enjoy Him. They didn't delight in Him. They weren't satisfied in Him. And when they reached out to draw others in, they didn't lift a finger to lift their burden. They just squashed them, made sons of hell, worse than themselves, out of all their obedient recruits. I'm not about that. And neither is the Christian mission. We're not going to the unreached peoples to get them to just do the right stuff. We're going to awaken the dead so that they stop rejoicing in deadly suicidal things and start having a love affair with God, delighting in God, enjoying God, being satisfied in God in all their obedience, which is what makes it obedience.